In the last class, we learnt about the valence bond theory. Valence bond theory means intermixing of orbitals or overlapping of orbitals. It means s, p, d and f. These are the orbitals that should be intermixing or overlapping. In that, there are 6 postulates are there. First postulate is the central metal atom in the complex makes a available number of orbitals equal to its coordination number for accommodating the electrons from the ligands. Here the central metal atom that should be bonded with the ligands, that bonded with the ligand should be share their electrons to the central metal atom. Okay, then the metal ion uses hybrid orbitals involving sp, d and f, only sp and d orbitals for accepting the electrons from the ligands. Here the metal ion should be uses the hybrid orbitals. That hybrid orbitals are sp and d orbitals, that orbitals accepting the electrons from the ligand. Next, third one is the d orbitals involved in the hybridization may be either n-1 d orbitals or the outer d orbitals, inner d orbitals and outer d orbitals. And each ligand has at least one sigma orbital containing a lone pair of electron. It means the ligand have a sigma orbitals, it has a lone pair of electron. Fifth one is the empty hybrid orbitals of metal ion overlap with the fully filled sigma orbital of the ligand. It means the metal ion that should be bonded with the ligand, it gives a metal ligand bond, that is called it as a coordinate bond. And last one is the geometry of the complex depends on the type of hybridization. First one, sp hybridization, they have a coordination number 2 that is linear in shape. sp2 3 triangular planar, sp3 4 tetrahedral, dsp2 or sp2d2 4 square planar, d2 sp3 or sp3 d2 6 octahedral. Okay, so in this class we learnt about the octahedral complexes with the coordination number is equal to 6 by using VBT. In this VBT theory, we know the magnetic properties and number of unpaired electrons present in the complex. Okay, in that mainly in VBT we also know about the magnetic properties. It means either the complex should be diamagnetic or a paramagnetic. How to determine a diamagnetic and paramagnetic means, if diamagnetic, no unpaired electrons are present. Okay, it means unpaired electrons are absent. If paramagnetic, unpaired electrons are present. Okay, you have to know about the, before going to the octahedral complexes with coordination number. If diamagnetic, there is no unpaired electrons. If paramagnetic, there is an unpaired electrons. Then we move on to the octahedral complexes with coordination number 6. The hybridization is D2 sp3 or sp3 d2. Why we write the d2 before starting and here we are writing a ending? Okay, in that we are writing a d orbitals in starting, that is inner shell. Inner shell means the d orbitals. Here there is the nucleus. The electron should be revolve around the nucleus. The d orbital should be present in the inner shell. Okay, so that's why d is written in the first. Then here we are writing a d in last because outer shell. Outer shell means here the electrons revolve around the nucleus. The d should be present in the outer shell. It means last shell. So that's why it is called as a sp3d2. Here present in the inner shell, that is why I call it as a d2sp3. Okay, next, first one is FeCN6 4 minus. Here first we are doing a d2sp3 hybridization. Okay, first we have to know the electronic configuration of central metal ion. Here the central metal ion is iron. First we have to know the electronic configuration of iron. The atomic number of iron is 26. The electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3d6, 4s2. Okay, here this is the electronic configuration of iron. In that we have to know about the oxidation number of central metal ion. It means iron. How to calculate the oxidation number of iron is, here you are writing the complex first. Okay, is equal to, here the charge is there, -4. Okay, then next we have to calculate the iron. That should be carried as a x, plus cyanide as a -1 charge. How many cyanide ions are there? Into 6 is equal to -4. X -6 is equal to -4. X is equal to 6. We have to shift this side. We are getting a +6. So the oxidation number of iron is +2. Get it? How to calculate the oxidation number of central metal ion? We have to know about the oxidation number of ligand, and if there is an ionic species, you have to write -4. How much charge they gave, you have to write this. If in case there is no charges, you have to write 0. Okay, this is the +2. Here the iron gets a +2. So +2 means it donates a 2 electron. Okay, in the ground state, it is in the ground state electronic configuration. In excited state electronic configuration, Fe2 plus, it donates a 2 electrons. So -2, it gets a 24. Here we are getting 24 because Fe2 plus, it donates a 2 electron. Always central metal ion carries a positive charge because it donates an electron. And the electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3d6, 4s0. Okay, in the outermost shell, which orbital is there? 4s orbital. So in that orbital, the 2 electrons should be donated to other atoms. Okay, so that's why if in case there will be d orbitals in the outermost shell, the d orbital should be donate. Do you get it? Okay, here you have to observe this. There will be 3d6 in between the 4s2 and 3p6. Okay, so that's why this is the inner shell. Do you get it? If in case if we are writing d in the outer shell, that should be sp3d2. Okay, now we have to write the electronic configuration. Okay, it means we have to write in the box type of electronic configuration. In that, for the excited state, Fe2 plus is equal to, the outermost shell is 3d6. You have to write a 5 suborbitals because D has a 5 suborbitals. What are there? dxy, dyz, dzx, dx square minus y square, dz square. These are the 5 suborbitals. Okay, in that you have to write it. You know the Un's rule of maximum multiplicity. What they said? Un's rule of maximum multiplicity. It means the Un's rule of maximum multiplicity, they say that first you have to give the one electron to each other, and after you have to pair up. Get it? Here how many electrons are there? 6 electrons. You have to write it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here the 5 suborbitals are filled by one electron and the remaining electron is 1. Then after you will pair up. Okay, how many unpaired electrons are there? 4 unpaired electrons. Next you have to write the also 4s0, 4s, this is 3d, 4s, and p orbital also. Okay, p orbitals have a 3 suborbitals, px, py, pz, px, py, pz. In that you have to write it. This is 4p. Okay, next here you have to observe the complex first. The ligand is cyanide. Cyanide is a strong ligand. So that's why these unpaired electrons are getting pair up. Then the electronic configuration is 1, 2, 3, 4. Here already first orbital is already pair up. Next second and third will be pairing up. Last fourth and fifth will be pairing up. Okay, here there is no unpaired electron. Okay, and you have to write 3d and remaining 4s and 4p. Why we are writing 4p also? Because here how many ligands are there? 6 ligands are there. For that, in the last class I was explained you the postulates of EBT. In that, the metal should be available of vacant orbitals to bond with the ligands. Okay, here there are 6 ligands are there, so that's why the metal should have the 6 vacant orbitals. Do you get it? Here in the complex, cyanide has the 6 ligands are there. Iron should have the 6 vacant orbitals, so that's why I am writing 4p also. Here you have to know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 orbitals are vacant are there. So here how many d orbitals are there? 2 d orbitals. Then d2. How many s orbital? Only 1. Yes. How many p orbitals are there? p3. So then the hybridization is d2sp3 hybridization. Here is there any unpaired electrons? No. there is no unpaired electrons. So magnetic property is diamagnetic. Magnetic property is diamagnetic. Okay, and it is low spin complexes, because inner d orbitals are there. And it is low spin complex. Okay, do you get it? The structure of complex is iron, Cn, 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 Cn. You have to write the ionic species charge. It means there is 4 minus is there. Here you have to write a 4 minus. This is all about the hexacyanide ferrate 2. Okay, in that I am explaining you again. You have to know about that iron and cyanide. Cyanide is the strong ligand. First you have to know the electronic configuration of iron. You have to write it, and then you have to calculate the oxidation number of iron. Okay, here I am writing -4 because there is a charge is there. If there is no charge, you have to write a 0. In electronic configuration, it lost the 2 electrons in the outermost shell. It means 4s orbital, it loses the 2 electrons. Then you have to write in the box type. You know the Wundt's rule of maximum multiplicity. It means first we have to write the 1 electron to the boxes, and after that the electron should be remains. Then we have to pair up. Okay, and 4s, and lastly I am writing here 4p because the cyanide has a 6 ligand. It means the metal should have a 6 vacant orbitals. How many ligands are there? The metal should have that much of vacant orbitals. So that's why I am writing 4p. Then here cyanide is the strong ligand. Then in the outermost shell they are pairing up. Okay, in that here 1 2 3 4 5 6 vacant orbitals are there. Here 6 ligands are there. So that's why D2sp3. And here there is no unpaired electron, so it is a diamagnetic and it is low spin complexes. The structure of iron complex is here. Okay, this type of VBT you have to learn in your second PUC classes at coordination compounds. Okay, here there are 4 types of complexes are there. This is one of the type. Okay, next we move on to the second type. Second example is hexacyanoate to ferrate 3 ion. Here also iron is the central metal atom and cyanide is the ligand, but in that there will be changes in charges. You have to write, first you have to write the electronic configuration of iron is equal to 26, that is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3d6, 4s2. Okay, and then we have to know about the oxidation number of iron. You have to write here Fe Cn6 is equal to -3. We have to calculate the oxidation number of iron. You have to write as a x plus cyanide as a -1 into how many atoms are there? 6 is equal to -3. Then next x is -6 is equal to -3. Then x is equal to -3 plus 6 is equal to +3. You have to write the positive and the negative charge of the oxidation number. If it is positive, it lost the electron. If it is negative, it gains the electron. In that last example is plus 2 is there, and here there will be plus 3 is there. Then iron 3 plus, it lost the 3 electron, then 23 is equal to 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. Here in the outermost shell there will be loss of 3 electron. Here last is 2 plus 1 3, it means 3d5, 4s0. Okay, this is. Then next you have to write the electron box type electronic configuration. Okay, is equal to, first you have to write three D 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, 3D. Here D has the 5 electrons. Then you have to write 4 as 0, and again P also, because in cyanide it has a 6 electrons, so that's why it needs a 6 vacant orbitals, 1 2 3, and this is 4p. In that, here cyanide is also a strong ligand. Then the pairing starts. Fe3 plus is equal to, pair the electrons 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, and 1 will be remains as unpaired, 3d 4s 4p. Okay, and here how many vacant orbitals are there? 6 vacant orbitals, 1 2 3 4 5 6. How many ligands are there? 6 ligands, so it has a 6 vacant orbital. Then in the D, how many vacant orbitals are there? 2 s1 p3. Then hybridization is D2 sp3 hybridization. It has a pair of electron. It has a unpaired electron. Here one unpaired electron is there. Unpaired electron. So paramagnetic and low spin complexes. If it is unpaired electron is present, that is paramagnetic. If there is no unpaired electron, it is a diamagnetic. Then the structure Fe Cn 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 Cn. The charge is 3 minus. This is the structure of hexacyanoferrite 3 ion. Okay, this is about 2 examples. In the next class I will explain other example.